Chinese children are buying pit vipers as Zootopia 2 rises in popularity. This by Trevor Denning of That Park Place. Hey,
It's the
kids,
greatest story of all time.
you want to go for a ride? Look at that.
Only in China.
I wonder if they're asking specifically if they're one-fanged. That is the question I have. Will they be yanking one fang out?
Yes. Yes, and this is the greatest part, Jones, because people say you'll have the pro-China people who say, well, you know, China is a very safe country, and you guys are in America. You all have these kinds of issues with crime and blah blah blah. China is the system you need. It's like these people are buying pit vipers for their children. What's wrong with that country?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here's a rule that they teach you when you grow up in Florida. If you look at a snake, it's easier to tell the venomous snakes from the non-venomous snakes by how triangular the head is, because those two things on the side are usually venom sacs. Yeah. So the wider the head, the more likely it is that it is a venomous snake. So when I see that huge smile on Gary the snake, that to me just says you really don't want to get bitten by that thing.
He carries anti-venom. Of course you don't want to be bit by him. Do they get a free pack of anti-venom with every purchase for their child? That's what I want to know. In Beijing, are they giving those things away?
Yeah. They probably are defanging them, right?
I mean, think about this, Marvin. In the 60s, there was a huge rush on Dalmatians, right? Because of 101 Dalmatians. And it turns out that Dalmatians are not great dogs for kids. They're I know we've got people out there who say every dog is a good dog. Listen, Dalmatians are temperamental, okay? They're territorial, and they like certain people. They're like giant spotted chihuahuas. But a pit viper, I mean, this is a new level that, hey, kids, why don't we get a fox? Why don't we get a rabbit? No, Papa, I want a pit viper. Okay, sweetie, will we name him Fluffy? Let's name him Fluffy. I don't know what the Chinese equivalent of Fluffy is, but I'm sure every pit viper is either Gary or Fluffy in Beijing.
I have never understood the concept of snakes as pets. I don't like them personally, but if you like them, more power to you. But I would hesitate to get something that is venomous like this.
Yes. Well, let's read the story here. Call it an unintended consequence of Disney fandom. According to CNN, Chinese e-commerce platforms have seen an increasing interest and prices for the highly venomous blue Indonesian pit viper following the release of Zootopia 2. Gary the Snake, a new character voiced by Ke Huy Quan, has become a worldwide phenomenon. Apparently, it's not just Gary merch that Chinese fans want to bring home.
We're going to have a PSA from the snake. Like, Ke Huy Quan is going to have to do a PSA for China that says something effective. Hey, kids, do you want a pit viper for your home? Don't. I'm deadly.
Yeah. While Judy Hopps once again represents a more conventional and cuddly animals. Sorry, there was no A there. I changed the tense on the sentence. The outlet also notes that reptile adoption is on the rise in China. Oof. It cites a 2025 report that snakes make up over 50% of all reptiles being kept as pets. Perhaps adding to the interest is that Zootopia 2 arrived near the end of the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac. I had to watch this movie twice.
They need a year of the pangolin over there. I mean, that guy, he got some bad...
It was 2020.
Bad juju for the pangolin.
We definitely had the year of the pangolin. We were feeling that globally, weren't we?
And the poor pangolin, man, he's just like, I'm the one. You're going to put this on me? Come on, Ricky Bobby. Come on, Chinese Ricky Bobby.
It was the year and a half of pangolin.
Yeah, it was when really, you know, it was actually the year of the beagle, but nobody wanted to admit that. Horrible people over there at the CDC. Anyways, the animated sequel to the 2016 Oscar winner has become Walt Disney Animation's highest grossing movie ever, with $1.46 billion at the global box office. Why do we point this out? Because this is bigger than Avatar. I can't say this clearly enough. This has cultural relevance. My kids are listening to music from this. And I don't mean that my kids are everyone or some indication of everyone's kids, but there's a lot more to latch onto here on this global phenomenon here.
There's music from this? I thought it was just the one Shakira song. Are they playing that on loop now?
Yes, they are. Yes. And it's one of the most forgettable things, but somehow I hear it. And I think it kind of sounds like the first one written by Sia, second one written by Shakira.
We're
I'm
just
just
making
gonna say,
1.46 billion. It makes me wonder how much money K-pop Demon Hunters would have made if it had an actual theatrical rollout.
Oh,
and
so much.
and thankful I am that derpy tigers don't actually exist. And I'll say this on the Shakira thing: she's a very visual artist, and I think you can hear that in her sound.
I get that.
So,
By the way, folks, don't give your child a pit viper, especially not a blue Indonesian pit viper. When you do, you're pretty much guaranteeing that they will also be giving to somebody else some part of their body, maybe a finger, maybe an arm, because that's what goes away when Fluffy the snake decides to give kissy kissy because it's going hissy hissy. By the way, of all the animals out of Zootopia, of all the critters, I love that China looked at it and said, should we domesticate the fox? No. Should we purchase perhaps a bunny? No. What about the pit viper? Ho, 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 there we go. Pit vipers for everybody. Come on.
Can I hug it, Mom? I wouldn't do that.
I see pure evil in its eyes.
it's a fantastic thing, and it's funny. Not to go biblical with it, but there is actually a verse of, if your child asks for a fish, do you give it a snake? Well,
yeah. Some snakes have the ability to see. Okay, pit vipers have terrible vision, but they actually see using some sort of crazy mechanism. They actually see infrared.
Right.
So these things are designed to see that your child is food and go for it.
Wait, so did you know that before this all happened, or did you have like some crazy pit viper knowledge, or did you look this up after?
I come into.
Yeah, that's the plot of the movie, is the fact that pit vipers see heat, which just goes to speak to the unusual nature of the exposition in Zootopia 2. It's critical to the plot of Zootopia 2 that vipers can see heat. It's a heat sensing viper, and it's about as nonsensical as buying your child a pit viper.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.